Hi, this is the second edition of Joy Sidings, and today I will read two more parables of Safed the Sage. Both of the parables last time mentioned riding on trains, and I like the parables of Safed that deal with that, and I've selected two more along that line for today: the private car and rising above the clouds. The private car. There is a certain man whose abiding place is a city where is a great railway station, even a terminal. And this man determined within himself that he would go upon a journey. So he walked unto the terminal and bought a ticket, and he paid the fare. And he presented the ticket at the gate, where stood a watchman. And the watchman punched his ticket and spake unto him, saying, Thy train is already on track number 6. And he beheld the cars, and they were filling rapidly. And he said, Behold, they will all be crowded, and I shall suffer discomfort. And he beheld the last car, which was nearest unto the gate, and behold, there was no one in it. And he said, This will I do. I will go into that car, and I shall have abundant room. So he went within, and he had all the room he wanted, even the whole car. And he smiled within himself when he thought of the other passengers who were jammed into the other cars. And while he was hugging himself for joy and considering what a smart guy he was, behold, the train pulled out and left his private car standing upon the track. And he rushed out and spake angrily unto the watchman, and he said, Wherefore am I left behind? And the watchman said, That is an extra car, which we keep on the track to use in case there be a greater crowd than we expect. But today there was no great crowd. Yea, and there had been room enough for thee in one of the cars that went, but thou didst want more room, and thou hast all the room in sight. Yea, and upon the side track out in the yard are many empty cars. Thou canst take thy seat in any one of them. But if thou desirest to ride unto the city for which thy ticket readeth, behold, there will be another train in 4 hours and 15 minutes. And take heed that thou enter the cars that go. Now this I beheld, for I was in the station, even the terminal, and I saw that man, and I heard that man, and what I heard was a plenty. And I considered that often I am caught in the jam of life, with people crowding and pushing, and it were much more comfortable to find a quiet seat in some rear car, where the wicked cease from troubling and the weary are at rest. But I considered how that if a man is to get anywhere, he must go with folks, even though they crowd, and that no one can do very much without the companionship and the help of other men. Therefore did I resolve to keep out of private cars that do not go or get a man anywhere, but learn the art of going and working with other men. For I have seen that for the lack of the ability to do this, some men are left on the track in their own private car, while the enterprises of life move on. Rising above the clouds. I rode upon a railway train, and we were in the Rocky Mountains, and we awoke in the morning, and the train was climbing, with 2 engines pulling us, and one pushing behind, and we were nigh unto 12 furlongs above the sea. And it came to pass, as we ascended, that there were clouds below us, and clouds upon the sides of the mountains, but there were no clouds above us, but the clear shining of the morning sun. And there came unto me a small girl and her younger brother, who were riding upon the train, and we talked about the clouds, for so did John Ruskin and Aristophanes. And the little lad was very happy, and said, I have never been above the clouds before. And his sister was worldly wise, and she said, A cloud ain't nothin' but just fog. And he said, Nay, but it is more. And behold now, how then is a cloud just under us, and we ride on top of it? And she said, We are on the rails just as we have always been, and there can't nobody ride on a cloud. And the boy said, Jesus can ride upon a cloud, for I saw a picture of him. And the little girl said, Yes, but that ain't us. Now the little girl may have been right, but I thought within myself that this world hath too many people who look out on life through her windows. For they see no sunlit clouds, only fog, and they have little faith in rising above clouds, but have confidence only in rails. And I do not despise rails, nor advise people to discard them and ride upon clouds. Nevertheless, I have seen people rise above clouds and live in the sunlight of God. But I have known others who, whenever it is said unto them, Thus have other men done, or thus did the good Lord Jesus, make the reply, Yes, but that ain't us. And if it be spoken concerning the house of God, Thus did the synagogue in Jonesville, and thus it was done by the church in Smithville, they answer, Yes, but that ain't us. And if it be said, Thou shouldst be a better man, for other men have risen above thy clouds and thine infirmities, they say, Yes, but that ain't us. And when it is said, Thus hath the grace of God abounded in other lives, they say, Yes, but that ain't us. But if it ain't, why ain't it? For this cause did God dwell in human flesh, that men should never count any good thing impossible that they behold in the dear Lord Jesus. For he is our peace, who hath broken down all middle walls, that men should no longer say, But that ain't us.